Hey guys, this is Alain Tremblay from Integrity Toys. Today I'm going to show you how to build the pop-up diorama that you got with your 2017 W Club upgrade kit. This video has been a while in the making, so we're going to jump right into it and look at what you need. Here's the diorama and all its parts. It does look a little bit overwhelming, but don't worry, it's a very simple process. You're not going to have to work too hard, and it's a fun little thing. Put on some music, pour a glass of wine, and have fun with it. So before we start, as the little website said, you will need an X-Acto blade. It's the box cutter. I have a little cutting mat here, just in case. You may not need it, but just in case you need to tweak some of the pieces if they don't fit well together, this is really good to have. Metal ruler too. I don't have one here because I'm not going to use it, but just in case, and be careful, don't hurt yourself. You're going to need 3 AAA batteries for the little light pack that comes with the set, a glue gun, some glue sticks, and double-sided tape. Now, just so if you want to keep the set reversible, I suggest assembling it only with double-sided tape. If you plan on using one side or the other permanently, then use a glue gun because the structure is going to hold together better. So we're going to do this in more than one video just to break it down a little. We're going to start with the vanity side, the dressing room side. And then there's going to be another video with the Poppy Parker side. So when you open up your kit, you'll see there's a little card either glued on the outside of the package. You can keep this, it's got the URL on it, but obviously if you're here, you've already followed that. All about logic, that's me. So you can cast that aside, you won't need it. This piece here is a support piece that you're going to need if you want to put some heavy stuff. So you're not going to need these cardboard things, so you can punch them out. That's you can discard this or you can keep it for other projects if you want. It's actually pretty good quality cardboard. This goes at the back of the dressing table. This is the back of the mirror, so you're going to be punching out all the little circles here. We're going to do this off camera in a minute, but this is the back of the mirror that you're going to need later on when you're ready to assemble the mirror. This here is the drawer of the dressing table. This is the door frame. This piece here can be discarded actually if you have it. The one that you want to keep is this one. This is the door frame for the Poppy Parker side. So that one is good for the garbage. You don't need that. This is the mirror that's going to be glued onto the mirror back. These are the spotlights. So again, you pop these 2 pieces out. The rest can be discarded. These 2 are only what you're going to need. This here, these little guys here are the components for the little bookcase, library / purse thing. So you just want to keep the 4 components here, detach them, set them aside for now. Okay? And all of this, all the cardboard chute here can go in the garbage. You're not going to need it. This is the dressing table here. Right here. Same thing. So gently discard what you don't need. So the dressing table, we'll throw this in the on the floor for now. Okay, so the dressing table is going to look something like this. See, it's like a T shape with like a hook. It looks a little bit like a spaceship. This is your dressing table part. This here is the door. Then this pink portion here, all you need is the frame around it. So you can detach it from the center gently, making sure you don't bend the cardboard. Okay, so this center piece here can be discarded. So this frame is going to go on top of this. That's the part of the Poppy Parker decor. For now, since we're only going to use this for the second video, these pieces here, you can set them aside. You're not going to need that, just for now. This part here, the vase and the little light doodads, that's also for the Poppy Parker side, so you can set that aside. We're going to do this a little bit later. Now, the parts you're going to want to keep is this. This part here is the shelving unit for the dressing room side. So again, punch the opening. You can discard this, you're not going to need it. And this is the main wall unit. Now, one thing you need to be really careful with when you do this is open it gently, press it flat, and then you'll see this part here is not very strong, obviously, until you build it. This top of the archway. So you want to make sure that you manipulate the cardboard very gently so that you don't create ugly creases in this. But once it's assembled, it won't be a problem anymore. But as you're doing this, you might crease it up, so you want to keep it nice. So let's start with the wall. So this pink portion here is for the Poppy Parker side. So this is going to be inside the closet of the dressing room if you're doing it on the dressing room side. So start folding on all the lines. You want to crease gently like this. These are all areas where things are going to be glued or assembled. So we keep going like this. This creates your doorway. Then one more shot, let's create the thickness of the wall. Then this is going to be the side part. That's the floor, that's the ceiling. So let's see where we're going with this. It's going to start looking like the promo pictures. Again, same thing here, fold the tabs all around it, like so. There you go, like this side, fold inwards, like this. And then there's one last tab here at the bottom, and that's going to be the side. The side wall is going to glue on here. So we can start attaching these components now. So I'm going to do it with the glue gun because I want to keep this side permanent. So we go ahead and apply a thin line, as fine as you can, of glue from the hot glue. Again, you can do this with the double-sided tape if you prefer, or if you don't have a glue gun. There we go, part one assembled. Then the ceiling, same thing. You're going to put glue on all three of these tabs here. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. And yes, I know I don't pronounce my H's. I'm French, don't blame me. Okay, there we go. Let's glue this. Let's glue that. And let's glue this. So this creates your roof. Okay? There we go. It's starting to take shape. Now, eventually, this back part here, the back tab, is going to need to be glued straight on the wall like this. I prefer to wait a little bit before doing it because just to make sure that it's straight, you're going to need the dressing table to be in the middle as a guide, so that way you'll know how to glue it perfectly straight. Okay? Now, you can set this aside for a minute, and we're going to start building the shelving unit. So, shelving unit is the same thing. There's tabs that you're going to need to fold. It's like so. 3 tabs. So 1 thickness here, 2 and 3 here, like this. So you're going to create essentially a column, and just so we know where we're going, the column is going to be glued like this. So a white portion on the inside, brick wall on the outside, and it's going to go like this eventually. Okay? Before you glue it though, you're going to need to add the shelves. So you need to create these little boxes. I'm going to do one on camera, and then we're going to go off camera just for a minute, and I'm going to do all the others, and we'll come back to you. So there we go. So fold it like this. The top tab you fold outward, the in tab you fold like this. So like ultimately what you want is for these little boxes to look something like this once they're finished, once they're glued, right? So we're gonna take the glue gun, go like this. You put glue on both tabs. Again, you can do this with the double-sided tape if you don't have a glue gun, it's fine. Or regular tape, anything that stays and won't burst open, that's, as long as it works for you. Use whatever you're comfortable. I like the glue gun because it's a little bit faster and sturdier. There we go. And when you're working with a glue gun, always use a little silicone mat like this that I got off the internet because it won't burn your work surface. And then your better half is not gonna kill you because you ruined this countertop. There we go. So you'll create a little box like this, right? And then we'll come back in a minute, we'll assemble the others. Hi, back. Okay, so with the magic of video, my 4 little boxes are now assembled. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we're gonna do, and yet they're printed so that they have like a fake shadow inside. So like I did that on purpose just to give it a little bit more depth. But it doesn't matter where you put them. So they just need to be adjusted in front like this, right? So that's gonna create your shelving unit. So what you do is you put some glue on all 4 edges like this. You don't have to put a lot, just a little bead like this. And my glue gun is kind of old. You probably will have a better one than mine. It's glued a lot of cardboard. And then just align them. The alignment should be pretty easy to figure out. Like this. And repeat that 4 times. There we go. Can you see this? Yes, like that. It's going to stay and it's going to create your little box. We'll come back in a second. I'll glue them up and we'll come back to you. Hi, okay, there we go. So you've got this part now that creates your shelving unit, and if you went through the pieces, you probably wondered what this is for. So I created this little guy here to create support in the back so that the little boxes are not going to collapse if you put accessories that are maybe a little bit more heavy or something like that. So just fit that. It doesn't even need to be glued. You just fit the little, it's going to fit right through and like leave it towards the back like this. For added solidity, if you want to, you can take your glue gun and just do in a few places, like just do a little bead like that. So that way the support strut is going to stay there. And this won't show, so it doesn't need to be neat. It doesn't need to be super pretty. And then as you see, like this is going to create added support in the back for heavier accessories. See, it stands on its own when you do that. Okay, so we're going to go back to our structure, and we're going to glue this wall here on the 3 sides that are here. So you can stand it up like that, and then you can put glue all around that, like this. Careful not to burn yourself. You don't want to do an Alain Tremblay, as my friends refer to that, have an accident. And then just glue this one on top here, as such, on all 3 sides, like that. See, nice and straight, like this. And then again, leave the top part open for now. So you can push it in. But then we're going to wait just a minute before we glue it back. Eventually this is going to go like that, right? Here's going to be glued in the back. But right now we're going to start building the other components that we need to make that happen. So let's move on to the table. You're going to need 2 components to do that. You're going to need this square here, the brick wall, and you're going to need this part. So start by folding every single one of the crease lines inwards. Like this, like that. Then the front legs like this, gently, like this, like that. And then that's going to be glued on the back. Here, fold it all down. So basically fold everything inwards towards the white side. And then the front, that creates the deco piece for the legs. The little lip here, you fold it all the way back like this, and that's going to give support to the cardboard and a nicer finish at the bottom. So let's start with this little lip. We're going to put just a tiny bead of glue, like this, and then fold that down like this, okay? So that gives you your structural support. Now this piece here, because it's printed on only one side, this is the fake part to create the look, so like it makes it look like we see under the table, and it gives it like that finish, like it's leaning against the wall. So we're going to glue this part here inside. So let's put some glue. And align it in the middle perfectly with the bottom. Don't burn yourself, the glue is hot. There we go. So those two pieces go together. Okay, then you're gonna bring this down and this is gonna go like this. So you need to put glue on those two sides here. There we go. Like this, boom. So see where I'm going with this? We're building a box, basically. Let's do the other side. Okay, we need to refill the gun. There we go. Okay, there's a slight angle to it to create that modern type of look. And this part here goes on top of it like this, right? So we'll be gluing the back at the end. So this goes like this and like this. So you just put some hot glue on the front here, all along this part. And then we're gonna glue this straight like this. So align it with the edge here, and I've made this section stick out a little bit so it hides, it gives the visual illusion that they're legs. So let's do the other side, like this. Okay. Now that we've got this, I'm sorry, my glue gun is creating a lot of little fibers. Then we're going to be gluing this on the back wall inside. Put a bead of glue like this, and then go and push that towards the back like this. And the glue should roll off the coating if you overspill, don't worry about it. And we put in some more glue. And we do the same thing on the other side, like this. And there we go, you've got your little table there. This is going to be your makeup table. Now we're going to do the drawer. The drawer, there's no gluing involved, it's only folded. So again, fold the main section, all the main sections inward, on the black side out, like this. So these, for those of you who have like looked at the way our accessory boxes are made that come with our dolls and the packaging, you'll recognize that it's pretty much an accessory box. It's the same. So you create the wall like this, so you fold it like an accordion. You're gonna have to start repeating that. So like this. Okay, so this is the front part. These are the sides. Tab goes up like this. This one goes like this, and up. Now, what you do is you take the two sides down. You start with the front, and those two tabs will be trapped between, it goes like this, goes like this. Then you take your finger, this tab here, you lift it up, and you crisscross it like that in the corner. That way, it locks it in place and it won't come out anymore, like this. See, if I let it go, it doesn't come out. And then this creates the final component with the base, and then you click this here, like that. So you have your drawer. We'll be adding the little acrylic handle a little bit later, but this is essentially your drawer, and that's gonna slide right in here. And this is your little piece of furniture. So now that you've built the piece of furniture, what we're going to do is go back to the structure. We're going to put it down like this, and then you can, the piece of furniture is going to help you measure where the back wall is supposed to be glued. So just to make sure that you glue it straight. So see, like this is supposed to be trapped and sandwiched like this, right? So now that you know where this is going, you can take this off and then maybe take a pen or make some kind of a mark and then you'll know where to glue it. So take this back up, take your glue gun, and then put a bead of glue all around this part, like this. Then fold this down. This side is easier to do than the other one. And then just hold it in place for a minute until the glue sets. I like working with the glue gun because it's much faster since like the glue sets really quickly. So there you go, one side's done. This one here is a little bit trickier to align, so that's why I like to do it with the cabinet in place. Because we're going to do it like this, and it's going to just to look neat, it's going to need to be straight. So lift this up, put a bead of glue all along, then fold it. And if you're going to have to be really fast because you don't want the glue to set while you're doing this. And then it should push, so it's going to look something like this, right? So there you go. Your main structure now is assembled. And we can now install the mirror and like the door and do the other deco piece. So for the mirror, you've got the mirror's back here. This one, since you need to glue the chrome part in the middle, I highly recommend using double-sided tape because you're going to see traces of the glue gun on the front. It won't look as nice. So I'm using an industrial roll of double-sided tape, but you can use any brand. So you take a piece, you put that on the reverse. 3 strips should be enough. This is, or you can use more, but like honestly, like it's not going to fall off. So then you just peel off the paper, and everything you're discarding should be just, you can put it through the recycling. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now all you have to do is center it smack in the middle of this part, and this is going to create your mirror like this, like so. So now you got your mirror, and then you can use the blade or maybe just your finger and push all the little circles away. Those are the openings where the lights are going to go. So we take them all out. There's 20 lights total, if I remember correctly. So there we go. Okay, so there's matching holes at the back here, so you can push out just a few of them. You don't need to do all of them because you'll be able to push them when you install the light bulbs. But just to help you align, the mirror needs to be aligned with these holes, like that. See? So what we're going to do is just put some glue at the back of the mirror. Just in the center, just make sure you're not blocking the holes, right? And then just align the mirror with the openings in the back so it's perfectly straight. There we go, like this. It's starting to look a little bit like the demo that we released this past winter. Now that we've done this, we can move on to the door. So the door frame is actually pretty neat. It's very simple to put through. You'll see you just fold the edges, and it's actually going to work like a real door by the time we're done. So there's one side you'll notice has 3 openings, and one side has only 1. So you need to punch these little strips of cardboards out, like so. Come on, there we go. We punched this out. You can help, like, see, this is where like the little knife becomes handy. There we go. Okay, then the door, the fake hinges are going to slip into those 3 holes here, like that. We have a door. And then this component here is going to fit over the opening like this. Okay, so just to help you, like it'll be easier if you put the glue here on the edge. So just do a tiny bead all along the edge. Like this. And then what you can do is take the frame and come and glue it along this edge. Like this. You'll see the flap where the door is going to attach. This part here needs to be flexible, so it's going to remain loose. There's no glue here. Don't glue that down because the door is going to go and attach there. So you do that on both sides. Like this. And everything should fit in pretty easily. Like, see, I didn't have to use the X-Acto knife at all, so that's pretty easy. And then just adjust it, so there you go. So see, like I was saying, you have like these portions here, these components need to remain mobile. And then you're gonna come and click the door back into the frame in all 3 points, and where the fake hinges are. So you've got your door. So next we're going to be installing the acrylic components. Okay, so with the kit you receive the bag like this that has the lights and all the little acrylic components you're going to need to do the set. So you have the actual light kit, that's where the batteries go. So your 3 batteries go in as such. Little switch. So we're going to put that in a few minutes. These are the light bulbs that go all around the mirror. And these components here, the acrylic pieces, are your chair, the spotlight hooks, and the little components you'll need to do the door handle. So the chair is extremely easy to assemble. These 2 components slip into one another like this. Then you've got the chair back that slips like this. The 2 ends go like this. Like those are the 2 armrests. Like this. And then this simply sits on top where the little plush shape is. These were made with a laser, and it's possible that they may not fit perfectly each time. So if you want to, you can use a little drop of cyano acrylic, like super glue, basically, but put very little, because super glue makes acrylic turn white. So you just need a tiny little drop, and the chair is going to stay together pretty easily. So this is your chair. Then in the bag here, sorry, we don't see them very well. Let me just put a piece of black. You have 2 hooks for the spotlights, and then here you've got all the components for the door. We gave you a few extra pieces because these are really tiny and might get lost. There is one piece that's right here. It fell on the floor already. That one's the post for the door handle. Okay, so the U-shaped one, this one here, is the handle for the drawer. So you can pull out the drawer, push that through, like so. There you go. You can either leave it like this, or if you want to make sure that it doesn't wobble around, you can put a little bead of hot glue. Like so. From the inside, doesn't show from the outside. And it's going to be a little bit more resistant. And then this is your drawer. Now, the door handle, you will need, the locket, you'll need 3 components. So you take the post, you push it into the door handle like this, and then you can put a little glue, a little drop of super glue in here to hold them together. And then one circle goes here, so that creates your little door handle. You push that through the little hole on the front of the door, like so. And then this is the hook to close the door, so you put it face down, like this. And if you super glue it together, it's going to turn like this. And then you'll be able to actually close the door because it fits in the slot in the doorway over here. The other components you're not going to need for now. So basically, this is the main assembly of the unit. And then you can opt to put the lights on if you want to. I think it makes it look way cooler. So each of the little balls push through the hole here, and they should stick in place pretty well. So you go put all the lights around like this. And this is what I was saying earlier, like the little the spots where you didn't punch, like you push the cardboard away with the by pushing the little light bulbs in like this. It's pretty neat. And as I said when we did the promo of this piece, this is designed to fit into a decalf cabinet from IKEA, or should fit in most display units. I didn't do it too tall on purpose, so it would be versatile and easier to display in your wonderful collection. So you'll notice that some of the light bulbs might be a little bit loose. So what I did, when we turned the unit around, you can see all the light bulbs are there now. So if some of them are loose, you can put just a little bit of glue on top, very little bit, and turn them so like they'll stick to the opening like this, and like then they won't come out anymore, and it's just going to be more stable. You can do all of them like that and it'll work really well. And then to finish it up and give it that wonderful, amazing light up look, you take your light fixture and then you start from the bottom corner here, right? And then you just put one light bulb in each of the sockets like this. Come on, little light, stay in. Then we go all around. You do all 20 light bulbs. If they're loose, again, feel free to just put like a little bead of glue. Boom, boom. They won't come out anymore, right? We don't like things that come out. We like our toys to be stable and nice. There we go. Yeah, some of them fit a little bit tighter, some of them are a little bit looser. Again, I don't intend on taking this apart. Once it's on display, it's going to stay like that. If you want to be able to take it apart, I would limit the amount of glue that you're using. Clearly, once it's glued, it's going to rip when you take it apart. Okay, so see, now I've got all 20 lights. Turn it up, turn it on, and voila, you have your display unit. And now Agnes and Poppy and all of the other dolls can look amazing in their dressing room. You can put purses, accessories, you can do anything you want. You can create a scene, make a little photos. I would love to see what you guys do with this. Feel free to customize it, you know, like add some decor, send me some pictures. You know, it's Alain at IntegrityToys.com. I would love to see what you guys do. Give me some feedback, because I plan on doing more projects like these for Integrity Toys, and I'd love to know what you'd like to see next, because you don't know, I might just design it and I might just make it available. So we're going to do another video now to show you how to assemble the unit for Poppy Parker. Thank you, see you in a bunch.